What is up, guys and gals? My name is Mr. Moose, and today we're back in the garage with a little more Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. All right, so we're also back with the 1932 Ford. You know, a few days ago, I teased you guys with this car. When it was mistakenly put into the game, I had found it in a junkyard, and I thought, ooh, can't wait to get my hands on this one and build it. And, of course, the next day, they took it out of the game. That is because Fulysic, I hope I pronounced that right, had reached out to Red Hat and for help with it, and they mistakenly left it in when they patched the game, so they took it out the next day. But he does have it up on the mod forums so that you can actually download this car and play it in your game. So to get that, you're just going to need to go to Steam, go into the discussion for the game, and over on the right hand side, look for the modding discussion, and in there you'll find one of the posts for Fulysic, and where he talks about shows all the cars he's working on, and this one is in there for you to download. So go ahead and get it and pop it into your game, and hopefully you'll enjoy building it. I'm certainly looking forward to building it. I hope you guys will too. Judging from the comments, when I sneaked it in there the other day, everybody was like, "You need to build that car." All right, well, we got it. I went to the junkyard. I found this baby for just over $4,000. Now, it wasn't in the shape that it was in now. It didn't have the fenders, didn't have the hood. One of the doors was missing. The trunk was missing as well. But I did go and walk around the junkyard, pick a whole bunch of parts. I didn't want to put y'all through that, just so that we have enough parts to make this as a full car. I doubt we'll be able to repair many of these. We'll probably end up having to buy most of the body panels from the shop. But the good news is, because of the updates they've made in the game, the parts are available in the store, so we can buy just about everything we need for this car. With that said, we're just going to jump right on into it, because I am ready to get going. This is like the granddaddy of all hot rods. The 1932 Ford. It's the one that really began the whole hot rodding scene. The soldiers came home, and when they did, they would pick these cars up, and they would strip all the excess weight off of them, the fenders, the hood, all the stuff like that, and then they would soup up the motors, and they would have some bad cars. And yeah, this was the one that began the whole thing. Now, there's a few things about this car that aren't right. In 32, when this particular car came out, the V8 model of it would have had a flathead V8 in it. And, of course, there is not a flathead V8 in the game. So, Fulysic has put in the V8 overhead valve. So that is the engine that we're going to build, but he does have the supercharger on top of it, and he's hot rodded it up a little bit. So, we will at least have that to play with today. But this would have come with a flathead V8, and would have had a single carb in it back when it originally came out. Now, most hot rodders change out the motor. How about I actually move that engine lift? How about that? All right, so let's pull the engine out and go put it over here on the stand. Come on. Yeah. V8 2-carb supercharged engine. That'd be fun to build. I think that'll be a hoot. I don't understand why when you put the engine on here the first time, it doesn't want to rotate correctly. All right, let's go ahead and move this back to its original position. Get rid of it. And we'll go ahead and raise the car back up. Now, I'm going to leave the engine be for right there. We're going to go ahead and, as I said in the last series, I'm going to start with the foundation first. Let's get the undercarriage done, so that we have a rolling body, and then we'll work on the engine. Speaking of the body, the only other thing that I have noticed that isn't absolutely, period correct for this particular car, and I don't know if it's the limitations of the game or just an oversight. I doubt it is an oversight, because he put a lot of detail into this, but the doors on it aren't suicide doors. And in 32, when this car came out, it would have had suicide doors. There was a 5-window version of this car and a 3-window version of the car, and the 3-window always had suicide doors on it. So, yeah. So that's the only real thing that I see on the car that isn't right, that I was kind of bummed out about. I was like, really? Now, a little bit of history with this particular car. I've talked about my neighbor before in some of my live streams and stuff with folks. My neighbor that used to live across the street from me was into 2 cars. He would constantly build the Mustang Fastback, and he would, I'm sitting here trying to work on that stuff and forgot to take the wheel off. He would always be building the Mustang the Mach 1s. He loved those Mustang Mach 1s. And so he had a ton of those, but he also was into 32s, 33s, 34s. And I remember when he first moved in the neighborhood, he had a 32 that he had just got a hold of, and he was starting to work on. And of course, I was a kid, and you know, this is probably the most iconic car for me in American history. I mean, there's all kinds of cool cars, but you think about the 32 Ford. I mean, it's got its own song written about it. You know, the Little Deuce Coupe. Yeah, I know it's the Beach Boys, but anyways, the car is just an icon. And for me growing up, I mean, ZZ Top had ZZ Top's was a 33, but ZZ Top had the coupe in their Eliminator videos, all the stuff like Sharp Dressed Man. That was a 33 coupe, and it's basically, you know, a year later, I think that was the Model 40. This was the Model 18. That would have been the Model 40. But anyways, yeah, it's you know, it's American as apple pie. But it's a great car. I'm looking forward to having some fun with it. And like I said, Fulysic has done some really cool stuff with this car. You can actually like build this out a couple of different ways. You can do the full resto on it and make it look just like a 32. You can take the cab completely off of it, the cab and the top of the doors, so it looks like a roadster. You know, take off the fenders completely and just really have a nice hot rod on it. So he's done a bang up job on the model of it. So I have to give him a tip of the hat, even though you messed the doors up. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's look at what we got here. We got, I bought a front bumper the other day to see what the bumper looked like, so I still have the bumper for it. Bottom suspension arms, caliper. I need 1 caliper. Of course, I'm gonna need the rest of the brakes. Front knuckle covers, we're gonna need 2 of those. We're gonna need a front knuckle C, cross member D, sway bar B. The hubs are good. Of course, we always need the tie rods, bushings. We need a steering rack, some in-link B, and that's it. But both of our control arms are good. We could deal with that. So let's go into the tablet and go to parts, and we'll go to suspension, and we'll just start buying the stuff we need. We need, of course, 2 double wishbones here, 2 of these, 2 of those. Front steering knuckle C, we need 1 of those, and we need 2 of these. Almost passed them by and forgot them. I need a front suspension member D. I know I don't have any of those. Was it front sway bar B we need? I believe so. I need 2 tie rods as always, 2 outer tie rods as always. What else do we need? We need 12 of these. Actually, I'm going to buy 14 because I know I'm going to need 2 for the back as well. Steering I need. And what else I need? Oh, a couple of these. A couple of those. And then for brakes, I said we needed a caliper. A couple of these. And a couple of those. Excellent. Let's build it back in. All right, so we'll put our cross member in first. Get that in. And we'll go ahead and get the bushings in there. Yeah, so my next door neighbor, man, it seemed like every couple of years he found him a new coupe. And it was, you know, like I said, he had a 32 when he first moved into the neighborhood a because my dad was in like drooling over it. And then after that, he would always get new ones, but they wouldn't all be 32. Some of them would be like 33s or 34s. But he always managed to find them somehow. It was amazing. Man was part bloodhound for coops, I guess. Yeah. But I remember like ZZ Top with that, you know, that one they had in all their videos. Man, that thing was sharp. Remember that impression? I was like, oh, gotta have one. That candy apple red with the Z's down the side of it. Pretty cool looking automobile. And then, of course, it was in American Graffiti and featured in it. Made a huge impact in that. So yeah, the 32 Coupe. It is quite a nostalgic car. All right. Definitely something everybody wants to see built, though. All right, let's get these pieces in here. There we go. Put that in. Get our tie rods in. All right, and then we can put the cover on, the hub, and then let's get that wheel bearing in. Put that. Just a couple more pieces, we'll move to the other side. All right, so I'm gonna jump to this side now. Oops, that's not where I want to go. I want to go out. Give me there. Thank you. All right. So one of the things we're going to do this week, I want to talk to you guys about, is this is going to be my viewer appreciation week. A lot of you guys are new to the channel. You just came along because of Car Mechanic Simulator. Glad to have you. Picked up a lot of new subscribers over the last couple of weeks, thanks to the series here. So I do appreciate it. I'm kind of jumping all over the place here. And get my build right. Get my arms on before I put my tie rods in. But one of the things I like to do with the channel is as I reach milestones like 30,000 subscribers, which we hit last week, and then 31,000 over the weekend. When I hit those milestones, I like to give back to the community as a way to say thank you for the support. So this week is going to be my viewer appreciation week for hitting 30,000 subscribers / 31,000. And we're going to be giving away some games this week. I give away a variety of games based on the games that I play. And Car Mechanic Simulator is going to be one of those. So I'm going to give you guys a chance to win a copy of the game as well as some of the DLC content this week. And it's really simple to win. First of all, a lot of the stuff is going to be given away during live streams this week. Live streams are over on Twitch. I usually start around 4 in the afternoon. That's what I'm shooting for anyways. But 4 in the afternoon is where I like to start. And continue on up till about 10 o'clock at night. And I play a variety of games. Car Mechanic Simulator, Farm Sim. I do some truck sim stuff with ATS, ETS. Really anything I just fancy, you know, any of the games we play. We also play typically on Mondays and Fridays, though we're going to move to Thursdays soon. We play 7 Days to Die. But anyways, during those live streams, I'm going to be giving away different games. Usually, I'll give away the game that I'm playing at that time. But I'll do some car mechanic stuff this week, and I'll be giving away the DLC content, as well as a copy of the game. So just want to let you guys know about that. But also this week, I'm going to give away a copy of the game on Friday into a lucky winner just out of a drawing. So what we're going to do this week is when I do the car mechanic simulator videos, I'm going to encourage you guys to enter into the contest. And to enter, you're going to be placed into a drawing to win a copy of the game through Steam. Now, just so you guys know, since a lot of folks are new, I give away all my games through Steam. That means you must be on PC. It's not a console giveaway. So if you play on console, it's not going to help you out at all. And you have to have a Steam account, obviously, because you have to give me your Steam account so that I can gift you the game, because Steam has changed their entire policy. So make sure that you have that before you enter into the drawing, okay? But it's going to be really simple. First of all, I want you to just leave a comment below and just say something to the effect of, hey Moose, congrats on 30K or 31K or whatever you want to say. And then tag on the end of that is enter me to win CMS 18. If you'll do that for me and put it into the comment, I will enter you into the drawing for CMS 18. And at the end of the week, I will pick out a person at random and they will win a copy of the game. It's that simple. So if you don't own the game already, please go ahead and enter. If you do own the game already, please don't enter. Help me share the love, right? I mean, you got it. Don't try and win it extra just so you have another copy of it or something. Because you can't, I don't think you can re-gift it anyway. So, but anyways, do me that favor. I like, you know, help me spread the love a little bit, right? Let's see. We need wheel drums. I need brake shoe. Need a wheel cylinder. What else am I gonna need? It's kind of, I should have sold all the parts off before I did this, but anyways, one leaf spring plate, one U-bolt. Both of my housings are good. That's good news. Of course, I need the rear shock absorber. I need the caps, need the springs. I need one solid drive axle. Caps are good. All right. Well, let's get in here and buy some more stuff. All right, so we know we need two of these. And we need one of those and one of those. And then when we go to suspension, we'll come down through the suspension real quick to here. I need one of these. Did I say one or two of these? I think two. I don't remember, so we'll buy two. Two of these. Two of those. Two of them. What else? One of that right there. Caps were good. Could that be it? I think that is it. While we're here, I'm also going to buy some exhaust. Let's go ahead and get the catalytic converters. Let's get the middle mufflers and the rear there. And under engine, while I'm underneath here as well, I'm going to go ahead and buy myself a fuel tank and a fuel pump. And we can get pretty much everything underneath the car taken care of while we're here. All right, so we'll put our axle back in. Put our solid control arm in and put in a rubber bushing. There we go. And now we got to mount that so it's actually attached. We don't want to forget these again like I did on the last build. Just absolutely kills me when I forget that stuff. All right, jump over to this one. Put it back in place. Put that in there. Put the plate under it. All right. Finish up the rest of our suspension with a shock absorber. And for travel, we'll put the spring caps. Spring. And that in. And then we'll do this side as well. Let's put the spring cap on. Then the spring, because honestly, I think I would put these on first. And then I put the shock absorber on. There we go. Now we can finish up the rest of the build here with that and a little bit of that, and put our axle in, and then we can go ahead and put our drum cylinder. All right, and brake drum. Sweet. Now we'll get to the other side and finish it up. But yeah, I hope you'll join us this week for some of the live streams. I'll probably do a lot of farm sim this week, as well as car mechanic simulator. Those are my two really good games right now that people are really into right now. ATS is really popular when it's not stagnant. It's a little stagnant right now, just because they haven't put new content out in forever. All right, that is that. So if we look at our inventory, we got a whole lot of junk to sell. So let's sell all the junk. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I want to sell all the junk. What else do we have to sell? I'm actually going to sell the wheels. I don't really need them. I'm going to replace them. I'm going to put different rims on. I'm not in love with the rims that they've got on here. These Retro 3s, just I've got something else planned. So I'm going to sell these off. But I do want to make note of what the wheels are. These are 205 6015s. So we're going to go ahead and sell all that off. And I'm going to go ahead and clear out this inventory real quick. Oh, I just sold a catalytic converter I didn't want to sell. You get a little bit too quick on the draw there, and you sell things off that you don't need to sell. Sell off all these old bushings. There we go. All right, so what else? In the exhaust, we can take these off while we're under here. And I can put the fresh ones back in. -1 catalytic converter that I've got to replace. There we go. Let's see. Exhaust. I am guessing the front is going to be the front exhaust V8A right here, but I don't know for sure, so I guess I could look. But what do we got? Oh, it doesn't. Actually, this is going to come header straight into it. Okay, so that's going to be cool. All right, let's go ahead and buy some tires and some rims. All right, so we're going for a 15 series. Now, again, this car, when it originally came out, it had wire spoke rims on it. It was his old wheels, right? It had real thin tires on it. If I'm gonna hot rod it up, I want something that looks pretty cool on it. Now, the Retro 3s that are on it just don't look bad for me. So if we look at the Retro 3, this is what the Retro 3 is. And that's absolutely just, it doesn't do anything for me. I mean, if I'm going to hot rod, maybe a Retro 1 would be cool. You know, something with a cool pattern on it. But what I was thinking was, as I was looking through rims to see what maybe I thought I would do on this particular car, you know, I was thinking, you know, that was kind of cool looking. What was going to be some sort of really, you know, standout wheel? And then I got down here and I saw this spoked rim, and I was like, I got to do it, right? Because it goes more back to what the car originally was, but it's a modern look on it, modern take on a spoked wheel. So I thought that would be cool. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to grab that in a size 15. And then we'll put the retro tire, the vintage Wall B tire on there at the same 205 60. And I need 4 of those. And I think that'll look pretty good when we finish it all up. Now, if we were going for just a complete, oops, went to the wrong machine. If we were going for a If we were going for a full hot rod that will, or you know, muscle car or hot rod, I might go a different realm, but I'm gonna end up building this all the way out to a complete car. And so I think the wire rim will enhance the car a little bit. It'll look pretty good. I could be completely wrong. This is just something I was tossed in my head. We won't know until we actually finish up the car, but we'll get an idea of how it's going to look in a minute. That's where I'm headed with it. Sweet. Come on, give me that last tire. All right, I should have been balancing some of these while I waited, wasn't I? I was just off in La La Land thinking about other parts of the car here real quick, and then wasn't really paying attention. Actually, looking at the clock and just trying to figure out if I would have enough time to build the motor and get the car done. I think I might be up against it, so I might just hold off and do the motor tomorrow. Try to keep these episodes a little bit short. If I try to do the motor and everything today, it's going to end up being a really long build, and I don't want to make really long, super long car mechanic videos. I already get people complaining at me enough in the videos. You're stupid. Shut the up. Let's talk more build. It's amazing the comments I get. It just really is. Even when I acknowledge a mistake, I still get people who have to point out, or after 40 people have already pointed out a mistake, they still got to pile on, continue to tell me I got something wrong, even though I acknowledge in a video, oh, you know what, I'm wrong. I got that wrong a minute ago. It cracks me up. But the ones that just blatantly cuss me out in comments, those are the ones who are just class acts. Those are the ones who get out there and just show all of us poor, uneducated people what real grammar is and what it is to have a great education. So I always appreciate them adding some culture into my life and showing me what I miss being an educated person that I am, and my limited vocabulary that I have. Sense any sarcasm in there? Oh man. I make myself cool by using vocabulary that's swearing. All right. Slap that rim on there. And we'll jump over here. Oops, messed that one up. Yeah, my mouse went a little bit awry on that one. Once it messes it up, I just get it however I can get it. I try to get the bolt pattern right. See, it should go across like so. There we go. What do we think? It'll definitely look classy. I kind of like it. All right, guys. I think that's going to be it for today. We'll get the undercarriage done. It's a good start for us. And then when we come back in our next video, we will build the engine out, and I am sure that we are going to have to put a lot of parts into this one. So we'll build the engine out and we'll complete this build up. So if you enjoy the video, make sure you smack the like button. Come back tomorrow for the conclusion of this, when we put some power to it and do the body work on it. Like I said, if I tried to do it all in one episode, it ends up being an hour and 15 minutes, and I don't want to make them long like that. So let's keep them 30-40 minute episodes, and then we'll get it going. I know other people can build an entire car in one episode, but they cut a lot of corners. They've already pre-done part of the engine, or they've already pre-done part of the disassembly and everything else like that. And I don't like to do that. I don't like to skimp on it. I want to go from start to finish so you guys can see how I get from point A to point B in the whole video. So I'll do 2 short videos versus 1 long video, and that way we can go with it that way. So unless you guys tell me differently, if you want it to be 1 complete video from start to finish, tell me in the comments below. And you know, I'm certainly up to making changes, but my feel is that, you know, after about 30 minutes people want a break. So and like I said, I don't want to cut corners. I don't want to skimp on the build and not do the whole build out. So you guys tell me what you like, and that way I know. That's the only way I know, is if you leave good comments for me down below. If all you want to do is cuss me out, fine, that's good. I'll block your comment after a while too. But anyways, thanks for watching. I do hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button. Share the video with your friends, comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And don't forget, if you want to win a copy of the game, if you don't already have it, make sure you leave a comment to the extent of, hey, congrats on the 31K, and you know, enter me to win CMS 18. All right, Friday I will announce the winners, and we'll be back tomorrow with another build on this, and we'll finish it up. All right, until then, stay safe, have a great day. God bless you guys. Bye-bye.